Good morning. It's 7 o'clock on the dot right now. About 6:45 is when my alarm goes off. I do all my adult stuff, brush my teeth, wash my face, and then bring the bottles that we have from last night into the kitchen, go ahead and either put a bottle on the warmer or shake up a bottle of formula for Roman. I like to wake him up about 7. I'm a little behind today, but by like 7:30 I like to wake him up regardless of the last time he ate, so that he knows the day always starts around 7. His body can get used to it. So I'm about to pump for like 5 minutes and then go ahead and get him. I am still pumping. Today might actually be the last day because I have been slowly weaning myself off of pumping. I did it really slow because I didn't want to worry about engorgement or mastitis. The past like week I've been doing just once in the morning and once at night, and so I'll go ahead and do it for like 5 or 6 minutes this morning before I get him up and give him whatever comes out. So let me go ahead and pump and then wake up my baby. He's usually still pretty sleepy since I had to wake him up, and doesn't really want to play or anything. He basically gets a diaper change, eats, maybe looks around for a few minutes, and then goes back to sleep. We do listen to music at this one though. It's usually either classical music, Christian music, or country music. So I'm gonna turn on some music just to try and keep him awake a little bit. So while Roman is taking his first nap, that's usually the one that is going to be the best, and he's going to sleep the hardest and the longest, so I can get the most done. And I like to clean the bottles from the night before. And over here we have like our baby station where we have his formula. Right now we're doing the Kirkland. This is from Costco. Really recommend this. This is 42 ounces for $19.59 or $99 in store. I think online you have to order 4 of them, but in store you can just get 1. So this is what he's ultimately going to be getting fully. But we got a really good deal on the Similac Pro Advance, which is what he has been getting like since the hospital. And so most of his bottles are 4 ounces, which is 4 ounces of water and then 2 scoops of formula. And so what we've been doing is just 1 scoop of Similac and 1 scoop of the Kirkland to really get his stomach adjusted. Whenever I give him just a 2-ounce bottle, sometimes like in the evening when he needs a little bit more, I just do the Kirkland. But when you see me making formula, if it's 2 scoops, it's gonna be 1 of each of these. So we keep those out right here. And we use the Dr. Brown's bottles and just the Walmart bottles. So you'll probably see us using 2 different types throughout the day. Something that has been really helpful is I go ahead and prep a few of them for the day. So I do this a few times throughout the day, but you can see there's like 4 ounces of water in there already measured. So if he wakes up from a nap screaming, this makes it a lot easier. It's already measured. I just take off the lid, throw in 2 scoops, shake it up, because we have only offered him room temperature like water with formula, and so that is all that he knows and that is what he takes, which is fantastic that we don't have to wait on it to like warm up. But what helps with that is I have this glass drink container and I fill it with water usually once or twice throughout the day, and I use this water, I let it get to like room temperature, and then I fill up the bottles with this, because if I got the water directly from the fridge it would be cold, and I don't think he would take like really cold water. Get a little glass container so you can keep the water room temperature. Make sure you change it every day, and then I wash this. I have like 2 of them, so I alternate them and wash them like every few days. So I'm gonna fill up some bottles for the day, wash the ones from yesterday, and then probably get started on breakfast and coffee for me and Scott. And this is one of the days that he is working from home. Today is Friday, and it is actually the day that Roman is 6 weeks old. So let me get started on this while my little baby is still sleeping. We used this little container. You can see that we labeled it dirty. We had a clean one, but the clean one didn't work as well for us. We didn't use it as much, but the dirty one, I like it because I don't like to put Roman's dirty bottles and stuff, even though they're gonna get washed, I don't like to put them in the sink where we might have like chicken or eggs, stuff like that. So we just keep this right beside the sink, and I know everything in here needs to be cleaned. And then over here in his little baby station, we have the drying rack that we use. I really like this. I'll link it below. Most people get the green like tree looking thing, which is cute, but it's like horizontal, and this takes up so much less counter space, and you can still put like 9 things. You can put, I put like pump parts up here. You can put passies, nipples, anything like that. And then this is one of the dishwasher safe things. I have used it in the dishwasher, but mostly I just put a paper towel underneath it and use it as like an additional drying rack for nipples and whatever I need. It's 8:40 now, and since I said in the video that the morning nap is his best nap, he has proven me wrong. He didn't even nap for an hour. I had enough time to like clean the bottles and have breakfast and everything, but he started moving around and was not putting himself back to sleep. So I loaded him up in the car seat. He is awake right now, but I wanted to go for a walk anyways before it gets too hot. It's supposed to get like 90 today. Right now it says it's 78. So I'm gonna take him for like a 30-minute walk to see if he will fall back asleep. We have him on somewhat of a schedule. It's pretty flexible, and so it's not a huge deal if he doesn't sleep or wants to eat. Usually the idea is that he would go until 10 and that's when he would eat again, but if he is starving, then that is fine. I will feed him when we get home. If he starts screaming on the walk, we'll just cut it short. I'm just going like 5 minutes away from our house, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal, but we'll see if he falls asleep. Right now, I can see him in the mirror, and he has his eyes wide open. So we shall see. It's 9:25 now. We just finished walking. We did like 4 laps, I think, so a little over a mile. He did fall asleep. He's barely starting to wake up again, so I think I'm gonna try to drive around, like take a long way home, and then it'll be time for him to eat. So I think I mentioned earlier, but he is on somewhat of a schedule. It's pretty flexible, but basically we wake up at 7 every day. I get him up, I offer him food, even if he just ate, but then every 3 hours after that, I offer him food. So from the last time he ate, starting at 7, I offer him food. So that's why I was trying to get us close to 10 when it's about time for him to eat again. But like I said, if he is screaming and I can tell he's clearly hungry, then I'm gonna give him food. I'm not gonna wait until it's actually the 3 hour mark. But we do that all throughout the day. And then around 7 o'clock is when we do like a nighttime routine. So if he gets a bath, then that's when it'll happen. Today is not bath day, so he won't get a bath tonight unless he like blows out or something. But 7 o'clock is when we do that. Maybe read a bedtime story, put lotion on, change into our jammies, go ahead and put his owlette on, and try to put him in our room with the white noise on. Now, typically, more often than not, he doesn't stay down like that. It's about, he falls asleep at like 8, and then he'll wake up at like 8:30, and he's off and on. He typically falls asleep for the night at about 10, somewhere around there, and that is when we let him go for as long as he will. Just a little disclaimer, that is something that we talked about with the pediatrician. So Roman was born 8 pounds 12 ounces, and by his 2-week appointment he had passed his birth weight. So his pediatrician was totally cool with us feeding him multiple times, like every 3 hours throughout the day, and then going for a long stretch at night to see how long he'll go, and waiting until he wakes us up crying. So that for us happens about 10 o'clock, and Roman wakes up usually around like 3:30 or 4. So he'll give us like a 5-hour stretch. But again, that's something that we talked about with the pediatrician. Roman's always been like a healthy weight, and weight gain has never been an issue for us. So definitely talk to your pediatrician about it before making any kind of changes into your schedule. I know our schedule does not work for every 6-week-old baby, but I'm gonna drive around, and then I'll head home at like 9:50 so I can go ahead and prep a bottle and everything. But since he's not screaming, I'm gonna push it a little bit and see if he'll hang on until 10. So it's 10:15, Roman has eaten, and he's dressed for the day. I just put him in some other jammies. I don't really put him in the footed pajamas that most people do, like the zippies, at nighttime, because with his owlette and his feet are pretty big, it's hard to get the owlette sock like in here. So I go for more of the gowns or just a onesie that doesn't have legs in it. But during the day, I really like these zippy pajamas. So he's probably gonna be up for like 30 to 45 minutes. I'm gonna put him in a bouncy seat while I take a shower and put clothes on for the day. The only other thing I really need to do is go through his newborn clothes. So sometime today I'm gonna go through the clothes that don't fit him anymore and try to rearrange. I don't like the way that I have my dresser set up now, like his clothes. It doesn't really make the most sense, so I'm gonna try to think it through and make it more functional. But I'm gonna take a shower while little man bounces around. Hi. He's starting to get a little fussy now after we played for a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna see if he'll go down for a nap. He had 3 of his 4 ounces at 10, so about 40 minutes ago. I'm gonna see if he'll take that last ounce if he's interested in it. He makes it very clear if he's not, he like shoves his tongue out and won't take the bottle. So I'm gonna see if he wants the last little bit of it, and if that will help him get to sleep. Usually this nap, like the 11 o'clock one, I'll let him sleep on me. I'll either hold him or like lay on the couch and put him on my chest because we both like it. For the afternoon nap, I try to put him down by himself. Most of the time like in the snuggle me, but he's getting sleepy. So let's see if we can get him down for a good nap. Roman woke up from his nap about 5 minutes ago, so he ended up sleeping for almost 2 hours, which I'm very happy with. He woke up like 20 minutes after falling asleep, and I was worried that was all we were gonna get, but he did fall back asleep and just woke up, but he kind of woke up screaming, so he was definitely hungry. So I made 4 ounces, and we'll see how much he eats, and then we'll find something to do to entertain him while he's awake. Scott's mom is coming over for a little bit this afternoon at 2, so in about an hour. And that's all we have planned. I still need to go through the newborn clothes, so I'll probably do that while he's awake this time. It's 4:30. Roman's right here playing on this wooden play gym. It's from Amazon. I really like it. I think it's really cute and he seems to really enjoy it. So I'll link it below. You can hear he is a little fussy, not too bad, but I know he's not hungry. He finished about 3.5 ounces and he was like kept thrusting his tongue out, like he did not want the rest of it. I think he's trying to work up a poop. He has not pooped today. He did that yesterday too. Sorry if you can hear the lawnmower. Scott's out cutting grass. But yesterday he was kind of like this, like grunting a lot and kicking a lot. And he finally pooped around 5, so I'm hoping he's about to poop. But I try to do like the bicycle legs with him. I don't really have success with it, but I do it anyways. When he was a little younger than 6 weeks, he would usually nap from like 5 to 7, which fit the schedule, the like strict schedule perfectly, but now he doesn't really do that, and usually between like 5 and 10 is unpredictable. You don't really know when he's gonna sleep or when he's gonna want to eat. We'll see what he decides to do today. The evening is definitely the toughest part for me because I'm already like feeling tired from the day, and like I said, it is more unpredictable how he's gonna be. He's probably gonna be more fussy. I've heard that 6 weeks is like the peak of fussiness because he's growing and going through like a mental leap, is what a lot of people say. So I'm expecting that. Luckily, Scott's always home in the evening, and so we try to split it up a little bit, like 30 minutes each or 45 minutes each of trying to get him to go to sleep, especially like starting at 8 o'clock, trying to get him to fall asleep and stay asleep, because it can be very exhausting when he's just crying for like 30 minutes or an hour and you have no idea why, and he doesn't want food and nothing's calming him down. So luckily Scott is here to alternate. I don't know how I could do this without somebody being here to help me in the evening. Sorry for the reflection on my glasses, but whenever he falls asleep and is not in our room where the white noise machine is, I just have a white noise app on my phone that I turn up and put like near his head so you can see. I like to play white noise anytime he is asleep so that he hopefully stays asleep longer and he associates the sound with sleep. I'm gonna get him ready for bed now. It's 7:35. He has been sleeping kind of on and off and eating a little bit and then falling back asleep, but still like grunting and fussing. I think his tummy is still hurting him. He's passing gas, he just hasn't pooped yet. I do most nights the little gowns so his feet can come out so the owlet sock can fit. So I'm gonna put him in his pajamas, put a new diaper on. Some nights, like I said, I'll do a bath or lotion, but tonight I'm just gonna put the pajamas on and make a bottle, 4-ounce bottle, and offer it to him. I don't think he'll take all 4 ounces, but typically what happens is he wakes up like at this time again, like every 30 minutes, and I offer him a little bit more and a little bit more until he finally falls asleep for the night. It's not super uncommon for him to go a little while without pooping, and if it becomes a big issue and like he really won't stop screaming and seems to be in a ton of pain, I got the Windy, like by Frida Baby, and the one that makes the nose Frida, and it worked really, really well. So I'll leave a link for those below because I think it's like 10 to a pack. And like I said, we only used it once, but I like having them here for emergencies. If it's like 11:30 and he just won't stop screaming and he hasn't pooped and his stomach's really hard or something, then we'll do the Frida. Hopefully we don't have to do that tonight, but I like having the Wendy here just in case. You guys are not going to believe it. It is 6:30 right now, so let me catch you up on last night. I took him into our room for nighttime, which means all the lights are out, the sound machine's on, he has his owlette, and he's not coming back out for like playtime or anything. So that was at like 7:30. He fell asleep, he took some bottle, and he fell asleep at 8:15, and that gave me time to come out here, get some food, and take a shower, and like get ready for bed and everything. His nighttime is really unpredictable. From like 5 or 6 to 10, you don't know what he's gonna do. He woke up at 8:45 crying, so I offered him some more bottle. He didn't really want it, and he fussed for a little bit, but then he kind of just looked around a little bit. I keep all the lights out, but I have my phone on the nightstand beside me, and I turn the flashlight on, but I turn it to where the flashlight's like facing the nightstand, if that makes sense. So it's like the tiniest bit of light coming from around my phone, and that's just enough for me to see if his eyes are open or not. So I could see that he was like looking around, but he was pretty content. So then at 9:45, he was awake from about 8:45 to 9:45. And 9:45 went and changed his diaper, and Scott took him and offered him some more bottle. And I like rolled over to get a little bit of sleep. So I woke up at 3 because typically he wakes up around that time. I fell back asleep, woke up again at 6, 30 minutes ago. Scott and I both woke up at 6, and we were just looking at each other in shock, like asking, did you get him in the night? Because I didn't get him in the night. He slept from 10:30 until 6:30. He's still asleep. I just heard him crying a little bit, but he's not screaming. I don't think he's fully awake, so I'm coming in here to get a bottle before he like loses his mind, because he's gonna be starving. That's like 8 hours. He's never ever done that before. The night before this, he went to sleep at like 10 but woke up at 3, which is typically what he does. And the night before that, he fell asleep for good at 9 but woke up at 1 and 5. So this has never happened, and I think it's just a fluke. And I'm sure if your 6-week-old is getting breast milk, that they're gonna be up a lot more in the night. From my understanding, formula takes longer for their little tummies to digest. You tend to get a little bit of a longer stretch, but I don't think 6-week-olds are sleeping through the night or for 8 hours. I cannot believe it. I am so appreciative. If he doesn't like wake up really fully wake up, I'm gonna wake him up in a few minutes because he needs to eat. He's got to be so hungry. But that's gonna be it for this video. It's been 24 hours since I started. Hopefully you got an idea of what it's kind of like with a 6-week-old. There's just a lot of diaper changing, offering milk, and for me yesterday a good bit of fussing, but it wasn't too bad. It was definitely manageable. Sometimes they'll surprise you and sleep through the night, and sometimes they'll wake up 4 times a night, so you just don't ever know. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, hope you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.